It is no wonder that Andrew Arbeeny has been elected president of our class for all 4 years of high school. His dedication, passion, and fun-loving personality have made him exactly the leader that our class has needed to guide us through our years at Scarsdale. From the annual trip to Six Flags to the Christmas toy drives, our class's achievements and our class government would not have been the same without all of Andrew's hard work. Our memories of these events and more will not soon be forgotten. Family and friends, I am honored to introduce to you our class president, Andrew Arbeeny.
Thank you so much for allowing me to address you, the Scarsdale High School graduating class of 2011. You know, the dilemma of all speakers at graduation is that we stand between you and your diplomas and the parties. However, you have no cause for worry. I've been told to limit my comments to 2 pages. It is so hard to believe that less than 4 years ago, we were all tiny freshmen, frightened by our teachers and terrified of the seniors. At the time, the SATs, ACTs, and college applications seemed too distant to be of any concern. We had more pressing issues, like staying out of the upperclassmen's ways in the hall, or pushing through a crowd of much larger students to get to class on time, to name a few. The pressures were at times overwhelming. We turned in countless papers, we studied extremely hard. We were, after all, no strangers to all-nighters. Was I alone in finding that on those dreaded days when we would have 3 tests, studying for 1 test would just make me forget what I needed to remember for the other 2? Over these 4 years, we have shared the best of times and the worst of times. For some of us, we have suffered the loss of loved ones, grandparents, and even more devastating, the premature passing of parents. We should all remember that those who have departed have been given the best seats in the house today. And as they look down from high above, they are very proud of all of us. And while we are on the topic of those who left us prematurely, it would be impossible for me to properly address our class without acknowledging a student who should be graduating with us today. Our friend Akshay Menon, who tragically left us during our freshman year. The shock of his passing had a profound effect on all of us. At the time, it was a wake-up call that caused us to reset priorities and strengthen friendships. Akshay was a kind and loving person. Please keep him and his family in your prayers as you celebrate our graduation. I like to think that we all provided ourselves with a little relief during our 4 years at Scarsdale High School, with the trademark of the class of 2011. Your high level of school spirit and enthusiasm. Many have claimed our class to have been the most spirited of this young century. The senior-led cheering sections at our sporting events were louder and more well-attended than in recent years, undoubtedly contributing to the great performances by our sports teams. Unfortunately, one of our displays of class spirit got a little out of hand during gridlock last year, and our Junior Olympics was canceled. Although we were denied this long-standing tradition, our class's response could not have been more perfect. We got over it, and more importantly, we did not let it ruin our senior year. We played harder, cheered louder, and studied a little bit less. It was senior year after all. We had a great prom. The yearbook staff put together a phenomenal yearbook. Our sports teams had overwhelming success, and we had one of the greatest senior plays in recent memory. Surprisingly, however, the world did not stand still while we were persevering the rigors of Scarsdale High School. The world's #1 terrorist was captured and killed. The Japanese people endured a horrible earthquake with nuclear fallout and the loss of thousands of lives. Politicians fell from grace for their infidelities. Wars raged and continue to rage in Iraq and Afghanistan, and political unrest has taken hold in Egypt, Syria, and Libya. But you know what? We, the members of the Scarsdale High School class of 2011, are prepared to take on this world. and not just because of our academic accomplishments. There are 377 of us graduating, one of the largest graduation classes since the 70s when the baby boomers graduated. Remarkably, 98% of us are going immediately on to college, and the rest of us are taking a gap year before going on to further our education. One of the few high schools in the country that can boast of such success. However, our ability to take on the world is more a function of the fact that we all do something that matters. We are all so very much involved. 239 of us seniors participated in varsity sports, and 67 played more than one varsity sport. All of us either belong to one of the 62 clubs and organizations at the high school, drama club, chorus, band, and Jabberwocky, to name a few, or participated in a worthwhile volunteer, community, or charitable organization, Habitat for Humanity, Save the Children, Free the Children, Midnight Run, and scores of other fine causes. We all do something that matters, and that is what separates us from other high school graduates. When we get to college, we just need to keep doing what we've done here, and that is to do something that matters. Never forget to get involved outside of the classroom. I cannot thank you enough for allowing me the honor of being your class president. I'm a better person for having you as my classmates and for the privilege of knowing you. Congratulations to all of you on a job well done. Now go out there and continue to do something that matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.